This past semester, I spent my first block working with Mrs. Warcassie's class of ninth graders in her physical science classroom. It really helped me to kind of take more into perspective how much effort some teachers put into their students and their class, how many days they spend preparing and working to make sure that the kids understand and are able to succeed. It was a really fun-filled environment. The kids always had questions if they didn't quite understand or if they wanted to learn more. And they were just always talking about they would go above and beyond to really figure some of these units out. And these are pictures of the students taking notes on the notes that I had given them for waves. So my project that I performed at my site was a slideshow presentation over their last final unit on waves, and so that they could take notes and then do a lab to learn what they were, to really associate what they had written down into real life. So then if they had any questions, they would come to me to finish their worksheets and to complete their labs. So I had to do a lot of research for this project to collect accurate information and make sure that what they were learning was correct so that they can use it on their test. They really enjoyed the setup that I had made because I had really broken it down nice and easy and simple so that they would enjoy taking notes and that it would be very easy to keep attention with and that they wouldn't become frustrated or bored. And these are pictures of them doing their lab to associate waves with everyday life. Comments made by the students really helped me to get a better understanding who needed more help and who was at a good pace and understanding what they were doing. It really helped me to understand that some students have different ways of learning. Some are better while doing labs where they can really get hands-on and figure out how this relates to real life, and others were better with when it came to just taking notes and learning from the book. And so it was really interesting to see the difference between them. But hearing what they wanted and what they preferred to do while taking notes and doing labs really helped me to make it a more enjoyable presentation for both me and the students, being that they were enjoying what they were learning and weren't bored or struggling. There was never any problems with communication between Mrs. Warcassie and I, because right from the beginning of the year, we had set what was going to be done and what our standards and everything were for the entire semester. And so if she ever needed anything done, she would just ask me and I would do it. And so we never had any issues between us. Community involvement has helped me with my overall educational experience at St. Peter, being that I really got involved with some other classes and I met a lot of new students that I really wouldn't have met otherwise, and especially more teachers. So because sometimes we would branch off from more than just Mrs. Warcassie, and there would be other teachers walking in that I was able to have a conversation with, and the substitutes that I was able to actually meet. And so I met more than just what I would have met without it, and learned about a lot of different classes, and it helped me kind of improve my physical science because I basically just repeated what I had learned back then, and it refreshed me kind of. And so community involvement it helped me to become more interested in my classes, and I was excited to get up every day to come to this class to work with Mrs. Warcassie and all of the students and see what each new day had in store. I noticed that I'm a lot more responsible when it comes to taking charge and getting things accomplished since I've been in this class. I am able to really speak out and offer my help and my opinions towards others, being that I really needed to help these ninth graders and they needed to listen, and so it's a lot easier for me to kind of be responsible and actually talk to them and go out of my way. I see myself as a lot more of a leader now. I can give directions and I can help with questions, and they feel like they can come to me for this. But what I value most is the responsibility, being that college is coming up and I've gained so many different life skills that I'm going to be able to use in my near future with college and kind of getting on track to my life ahead of me. My involvement in CIA really changed me for the being that I'm more of a leader and much more of like a go get 'em. So instead of just, oh, it'll happen like it happens, I'm actually more of, I can go do it myself and do things the way that I want to do them. I'm really willing to go above and beyond to help others. And I see myself as more knowledgeable, being that I'm able to help the ninth graders and that they can come to me. I feel like an older figure that like they can trust, like with their questions, and trust that they'll get the right answer from me. And I feel a lot more responsible with that too. And I see all of the other ninth graders now, instead of where they were just kind of the ninth graders before. Now I see them as being so full of potential, because I know that they're very smart and that they will accomplish some great things in the future. I believe that community interaction alters and complements standard high school classes, because it teaches you what you can't get out of a book. You learn responsibility, leadership, and just the dedication that it really takes to be in this class and to put this class ahead of a lot of other things, so that you can actually help out. It's so helpful to the teachers, because it's an extra helping hand that they don't have typically, and it's a lot easier for them to finish their work and to help students, because there's one teacher and a lot of students, and so it's so helpful to have more than one. I really highly recommend this class to other students, because it's such a great way to build character and to work on responsibility and to just learn how to get your stuff done when it needs to be done. I developed some very important leadership skills that are going to be very useful for my near future with college approaching. I developed a newfound sense of responsibility that will help me also through college and to get all of my stuff completed. I've learned organizational skills by sorting through papers and organizing the lab areas, which will really help me to organize my stuff when it comes to college and schoolwork and homework, that I really need to be organized. I really enjoyed this class, and I really enjoy what it's done for me, and I'm really glad I took this class, and I highly recommend it to other students to take this also.